The Armenian Volunteer Corps, or AVC, has been bringing volunteers to Armenia since 2001, customizing job placements for people from over 55 countries. The organization caters to any non-Armenian that is 21 and up, with the oldest volunteer to date being 86. Shriman is one of those volunteers. Born in New Delhi, he has been in Armenia for almost 3 months. Besides learning the Armenian language, through AVC, he has been volunteering at Okni, which is a medical device startup and non-profit which makes prosthetics for amputees.
So at Okni, one of my big projects is helping out with a market research report and presentation, compiling data on how Okni can expand to other countries across the world. Okni has definitely been one of the most gratifying experiences I've had, not only in Armenia, but throughout my life. I distinctly remember there was this one day where we were supposed to have a lot of people, a lot of amputees come in for their initial fitting and measurements, and just seeing like the technology that Okni is developing make a positive impact on these people's lives, and hear about their stories and the struggles they've been through, and know that like the work I've done with Okni is going to be a very, very small part of making their lives better was immensely rewarding.
Sheila is a senior from LA. With her education background, she has been teaching English, but also working with the National Cinema Center of Armenia. Here for the first time, she is determined to return.
AVC has done a wonderful job of collaborating and building relationships with organizations throughout Armenia. So it gave me the opportunity to either come here and share my expertise or to try something new. So whether you're 21, fresh out of college or still in college, or you're a senior volunteer, which I will not tell my age, here we're all here for the betterment of Armenia. We're all here to give of ourselves and to learn of ourselves and to grow. So yes, will I come back? Absolutely. And would I come back and volunteer with Armenian Volunteer Corps? There's not even a question that I would.
And then there's Shorik from California. She has volunteered for AVC 7 times since 2016. She has worked on over 25 projects in the country. Lately, she has been working with the Yerevan Botanical Gardens, which the municipality has begun restoring.
The assignment for the Botanical Garden is to create a marketing strategy, a strategy to create a sponsorship program, as well as invite people and corporations, different entities to be sponsors of the garden. There are 80 beautiful hectares of land that need care, that were left uncared for during the last 30 plus years.
Some have been put off from volunteering in Armenia due to the conflict with Azerbaijan and the devastating 2020 war. These volunteers, however, seemed more galvanized by the seriousness of the situation.
My other people, siblings, other friends, aren't quite on board. You know, they say, you're crazy, what are you doing, you're wasting your time. Actually, when people around me were saying those things, my kids both looked at me and said, you know what, Mom? Go do what you want, go do what makes you happy. And then some people, you know, right after the war, they're so put off by it, they're afraid, they want to leave. Okay, you leave. But then really, if you want a country, don't you have to defend it somehow?
AVC has been extremely fortunate over the past few years. You know, the unfortunate realities that Armenia has faced has only led to an increase in interest amongst diasporans who are 32 plus, as well as non-Armenians, right? There is sort of, when you see that it's a time of crisis, you have like this, you know, something comes alive inside of many of these volunteers where they say, this is where we want to go, this is where we want to help. When I came with AVC back in 2002 for a full year, I was a group of, I think, 14 volunteers. There were 14 of us. I think this will be the first year where I don't want to, there's this great word in Armenian, or maybe it's Russian, nafsel. I don't want to nafsel us, but I think this year we'll break past 100 volunteers, which will be the first time for us.
And now, AVCS plans to expand numbers and capacity, aiming to entice more people to the Armenian highlands.